bonus points. Remember, you get the most points at the end of the race.
How about William Byron coming off the win at Iowa? Momentum help him?
Well, without a doubt. And only his 14th ever Xfinity start, he goes to victory lane. 19 years old, momentum has to help a young driver.
And what about Elliott Sauter, a little bit older driver? 2 Xfinity wins at Talladega. Remember, he won both stages here in February.
And I think Joey Logano has to be looked at as the favorite.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Joey Logano, the favorite today.
All right, let's get things kicked off. We go trackside for our pre-race ceremonies.
Foi aniversário dia 17, vou passar lá de Lermã, teve outras coisas que não deu pra fazer. Mas hoje estamos aí. Daytona e Daytona não dá pra perder. Poxa, isso aí. Vamos narrar Daytona. Oh, beleza.
Please remain standing as Pastor Ronnie Barton from First Baptist
Cerimônias,
Church of
então,
South
aproveitar as
Daytona
cerimônias
offers
para
our invocation.
compartilhar com todo mundo.
Let us pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this night. We thank you for the freedom that we have to live in the United States of America. And Lord, we thank you for our armed service men and women that protect this freedom that we have. We pray for the drivers and the pit crews tonight to give them safety, and may we enjoy this evening of racing. For it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from Orlando, Florida, Gina Marie Incandela.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Beautiful rendition of the national anthem on this 4th of July weekend. 3 drivers have already won in the Xfinity Series, guaranteeing them a spot in the playoffs later. With some of the others looking for
vai
that
chegando
opportunity
aí.
to come here at Daytona.
Hoje
NASCAR
Daytona
on TSN is brought to you
promete.
by the 2017 Toyota RAV4, filled with more great features than ever before.
Sometimes people are hard to see. That's why we created Pre-Collision System with Pedestrian Detection, part of Toyota's Safety Sense, standard on the 2017 Toyota RAV4. Stop the search. Smart Key System, standard on the 2017 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid.
Pinty's Chicken Wings, just like you get at the pub. Proud supporter of the Toronto Blue Jays, 2-time World Series champions. Pinty's, making great food fun.
Around here, the only corners we cut are for corner joints. We use quality tools so that we're not taking unnecessary risks. And that's why we use Bell. I can count on their network to keep my business running smoothly.
With blazing fast 5 internet, fully loaded phone solutions, the best TV service and more, you can depend on Bell to keep your business connected. Do more and make more on Canada's largest fiber optic network.
Gimli, Manitoba, where we make whiskey. And make it the Canadian way, with just the right amount of rye grain. Because rye adds spice to our flavor. Distilled with pride. Made smooth. Aged perfectly. Because in this country, we don't just make whiskey. We make Canadian rye whiskey. Crown Royal. We make whiskey the Canadian way.
Somebody needs a bigger boat.
You think?
Auto Trader has boats, cars, bikes, and more. Or what about an RV?
Somebody hasn't read the book.
Visit autotrader.ca.
The ESPYs, Wednesday, July 12th on TSN.
Are you race ready?
The Amazing Race Canada returns Tuesday at 8 on CTV.
Estamos de volta aqui em Daytona. Será que vai ter big one hoje?
Who will take advantage of the opportunities tonight under the lights at Daytona International Speedway. Plenty of stories to keep our eyes on throughout this race, and to kick it off we go to pit road and Kelly Stebbins.
Ryan Reed was the first driver to punch his ticket to the playoffs by winning the first race of the season right here in Daytona, but this team's work is not done. Ryan knows how valuable stage points can be, especially if they could win one. And as special as Daytona is, he'd like to get his third win right here under the lights tonight. He starts 12th, Dave.
Kelly, at age 22, Blake Cook didn't have much of an interest in NASCAR, but one race changed his mind. The 2007 Daytona 500 won in a photo finish and a car burning at the start-finish line. He wanted to become a NASCAR racer. He's now in his 11th start in the Xfinity Series at Daytona. Parker?
Justin Allgaier came within inches of winning this race last year, but to do that again tonight, he's going to have to do it from the rear. This car was slow in qualifying. They tore it apart looking for an issue. They only found a broken air conditioner. I asked Justin, what does it take to be successful here? He said aggressiveness, and then before he got in the car, he held up two fingers, meaning he's going to be in the front in 2 laps. Marty?
Parker, in his rookie campaign, William Byron, the 19-year-old out of Charlotte, North Carolina, has been given credit for being a quick study. Well, tonight, he's going to have to learn on the fly. Just like Allgaier, he'll have to go to the back of the field, too. During qualifying, he felt an issue with the brakes. Dave Ellens, his crew chief, said to be safe, let's change the system out. They did that. He'll go to the back. I asked Byron, does that change any strategy tonight? He said, absolutely not. I still want to race at the front, and that's my plan, going from the back to the front tonight. Time to get the engines cranked here at Daytona and race under the lights.
Vai largar lá do fundão. Allgaier que é o segundo no campeonato.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal, Chairman of the Board for the USO of Greater Jacksonville, retired United States Navy Captain Bob Buin.
Drivers, start your engines!
Just take a look at your gauges and switches. Just get real familiar with everything.
Motores ligados, vamos que vamos.
Away from the green flag from Daytona International Speedway.
Happy birthday, Canada!
Happy Canada Day, everyone. 150 years of just kicking ass.
Yeah, Canada. You don't look a day over 100.
No, just like us.
Oh. Happy birthday, Canada!
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah. Underwhelming?
That's all we had in the budget.
Shouldn't we have a TV on our set?
Sometimes people are hard to see. That's why we created Pre-Collision System with Pedestrian Detection, part of Toyota's Safety Sense, standard on the 2017 Toyota RAV4. Stop the search. Smart Key System, standard on the 2017 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid.
This is Michigan International Speedway. One great weekend, 2 great races, a lifetime of memories. Tickets start at $35 for the Pure Michigan 400 on August 13th. Kids 12 and under start at $15. Visit mispeedway.com or call 800-354-1010 today.
Subway's Triple Cheese Panini.
triple layers of indulgent cheesiness, piled on crisp ciabatta with fresh spinach, tomatoes, and onions, all grilled to a melty golden brown that'll satisfy your comfort cravings. Paninis have arrived at Subway.
Captain Morgan presents
Let me show you how this race ended last year. Vamos ver aí como é que terminou a corrida ano passado.
Captain Morgan, white, coconut, and pineapple.
You got 10 seconds. Time to find your ideal hotel. Just type in where you want to go. 2 clicks. Select your checkout dates. And such. Hotel Trivago.
Is brought to you by Subway. In row 1, Brennan Poole won the pole. It's his first career pole. Could happen at a better place. A 26-year-old from Woodlands, Texas. And Ben Kennedy will be on his outside. This is his best career start. His actual great-grandfather built this racetrack.
William Byron and Blake Cook. William Byron, last week winner at Iowa, will have to start from the rear of the field tonight.
Yeah, row 3, we have a pair of rookies. Daniel Hemrick starting next to Matt Tiff. Matt Tiff's going to have to go to the rear also.
Back in row 4, Elliott Sadler, the points leader, out in front here, and he'll start 7th. He's 2-time plate winner, but has never won at Daytona. Start next to Daniel Suarez.
Las Vegas native Brendan Gaughan will start next to Joey Logano in row 5. Joey Logano trying to get Penske into victory lane in the Xfinity Series at Daytona for the first time.
And making up row 6, Michael Annett starting next to Ryan Reed, a 2-time Xfinity winner here.
Back in row 7, it's 2 21-year-olds, Tyler Reddick and Eric Jones, a 2-time winner this season.
A pair of Richard Childress Racing teammates make up row 8, Ty Dillon and Brandon Jones.
Row 9, another driver having to go to the back. Jeff Burton starting next to Ryan C. had his career best 2nd last week at Iowa.
In row 10, guy in a backup car is Cole Custer, had a practice accident, and Ross Chastain will be starting 20th.
In row 11, we have Dakota Armstrong, and the other half of that practice accident, Spencer Gallagher, will also be in a backup car.
Row 12, a driver with a lot of experience here, Casey Mears starting next to Scott Lagasse Jr.
Row 13, Justin Allgaier, also unapproved adjustments, will have to start in the back alongside Harrison Rhodes.
Row 14, we have Garrett Smithley and Brandon Brown.
Row 15, Chris Cochran starting next to Ray Black Jr., a Florida native from Palm Coast.
Back in row 16, it's B.J. McLeod and Josh Williams.
Row 17, we have David Starr and Joey Gase.
Row 18, Mike Harmon and Timmy Hill. Timmy had a career best 7th here at Daytona.
Back in row 19, it's J.J. Yaley and Jeremy Clements.
And in the final row, row 20, we have Mark Thompson. He'll start next to the 2000 Series champion, Jeff Green.
Most recent winner in the Xfinity Series is William Byron. Let's talk to him before the green flag comes out.
Hey, William, Jeff Burton in the NBCSN booth. How you doing, bud?
I'm good, man. How are you guys?
We're all good. I know you're disappointed having to start in the rear. Do you think your problems are going to affect you in this race at all?
No, I think so. I don't think so. The brakes feel really good now. So good we got that fixed. Definitely important here at Daytona, getting in the pit stall and everything. So I think we should be fine. Be able to play some strategy games and get back up there.
So you mentioned some strategy games. Is that the effort to get back to the front, or are you going to try to race your way to the front?
We'll definitely try and race our way. I think we got the 7 car back there, so teammate there, so hopefully we can work together, get up there. Should be some good learning experience for me. That's what I need at these restrictor play races, so hopefully we can do that.
Well, thank you, William. You're an exciting driver to watch on the racetrack. It's going to be fun to watch you come from the back. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Cars are going to go around one more time, and then we'll have the green flag from Daytona. That's all right here on NBCSN.
On Canada Day, when the clock strikes 12:01.
That can only mean one thing.
The NHL free agent floodgates open.
Let the debate begin. Welcome to our annual tradition.
Join hockey's top insiders as they break down who's going where.
Huge news day.
This is a franchise-defining trade.
And what all 7 Canadian teams are up to.
The landscape has shifted.
We now have to go to the latest breaking news.
Buckle up.
Free Agent Frenzy, Canada Day on TSN.
NFL season. Let's get it started.
Inspiring stories, great achievements, touching tributes, unforgettable moments.
Each and every day is a canvas waiting to be painted.
Be a part of sports' biggest night out.
Sports would be nothing without the fans.
Celebrating 25 years of heroes and champions. The ESPYs, Wednesday, July 12th on TSN. On the hallowed asphalt at the Cathedral of Speed.
Green flag is in the air.
For the final time.
Got a hell of a race car. We got the best driver in there.
Witness Dale Jr. at Daytona.
Junior will win at Daytona.
As 40 drivers race 400 miles in a nighttime summer tradition under the lights.
And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God, that is not good.
Code Zero 400, Canada Day on TSN.
3 words that best describe Daytona.
Fast, crazy, intimidating, chaotic. I'd say the 3 words that describe Daytona best are chaotic, stressful, and then also beautiful.
Nobody will beat Ryan Reed to the start-finish line, and he has won here at Daytona.
To win a race at Daytona with a sense of history and the pride.
Reed looking for the checkers. He's going to get his 2nd career victory at Daytona.
It's something that I'll hold on to for the rest of my life.
Just got this energy in this field. You spend your whole life dreaming of an opportunity to race there.
Career win number 1 for William Byron.
It would mean a lot to win at Daytona. It would be a huge accomplishment. Anytime you are standing in victory lane at Daytona, there's no feeling like it.
And a great vantage point of the Mecca of motorsports from up above. Aerial coverage provided by our partners at Smithfield Foods. We'll ride along with a few different drivers tonight. Guys, take us through them.
Yeah, the first in-car camera is going to be carried by the 26 of Scott Lagasse Jr. He'll have the Florida Lottery in-car camera.
Yeah, the car that everybody's talking about being very fast, the Ford Performance camera, Joey Logano. Also, we're lucky enough to ride along with Daniel Suarez, the Coca-Cola camera.
And the 19 of Matt Tifft will carry the Toyota onboard camera. Was due to start 6th, will have to go to the rear of the field.
So we've mentioned the fact that these drivers will be aggressive. They have opportunities to get stage wins. So we take a look at the track facts for Daytona International Speedway. The length of this race, fairly short. 100 laps, only 250 miles.
Yeah, and those first and second stages, only 30 laps each, Rick. They're going to go by very quickly. The final stage, 40 laps. But the key to that, the fuel window at 45 to 49 laps. Each of those 3 stages will be able to run on 1 tank of Sunoco fuel.
Again, cars going to the back. A few will have to make their way back because of unapproved adjustments from qualifying until the start of this race. Out in front, Brennan Poole and Ben Kennedy leading the field. But Blake Cook will start back there in row 2. Listen to his radio.
Vai para outro canal. This is a Portuguese broadcast. If you want to hear the original audio or whatever, go to the other channels on the description or find your own other stream. There are a lot.
Gotta love that enthusiasm before Daytona. You heard everybody talking about describing it. It's nerve-wracking. It's stressful. It also can be beautiful. It's so hard to win this race. And when you do put it all together, it feels so good. So that's what Blake Cook, that's what he's thinking right now. How can we get this race won?
Yeah, Rick, I'm really excited to see this start. We've been down here for a couple of days watching practice, but there have been very few cars on track during practice. A lot of these competitors ran very limited laps. They didn't run in a pack. So as we see the green flag and they file off into 1 and 2, wide open, 2 wide, perhaps 3 wide, this will be without a doubt the biggest pack we've seen.
We'll see who handles the pack the best. A little bit different aero package. A smaller spoiler in the back, so the cars might not handle as some of these drivers have remembered the cars handling. So it will be a handful initially on this start of the race, as the pace car is going to dive to the left and go down pit road. That will put the field in the hands of Brennan Poole. For the very first time,
uma prova que
he will be leading the field to the green flag. This is the third restrictor plate race of the year.
Fevereiro.
And a new pole winner.
Bandeira verde, aí está a largada. Vamos que vamos.
Daniel Hemrick in the 21. Trying to help move the 48 and the 2. 48 of Brennan Poole on the inside.
Brennan Poole liderando a fila de dentro.
Texas. Would love nothing more than to lead the first lap at Daytona.
Remember, in these Xfinity cars, the rule is that you cannot push. You can bump somebody, but if you lock bumpers and push, that will be a black flag. So these drivers want to lay the rear bumper, the front bumper to the rear, and push the guy, but it is against the rules.
2 by 2 as they came out of 4 and coming to the finish line. They stay 2 by 2, almost a dead heat between Ben
Parece igual a primeira volta, só que a 300 por hora.
17 one-thousandths of a second, separating the two.
Não, eles são até mais próximos agora um dos outros.
Pretty clean so far. You don't see any real aggressive side drafting. A lot of room between the two lines.
É, bem observado pelo Jeff Burton. Ninguém ainda forçando muito, bastante limpo até o momento.
You mentioned rules that are unique for here
at
Daytona. Another very unique rule is
that
double yellow line you see just to the driver's left. That's out of bounds. All the racetracks we go to, these cars can go anywhere they want. But here at Daytona and Talladega, the drivers cannot go below that double yellow line to advance their position.
See Blake Cook in the 11 trying to move along. The 2 of Ben Kennedy. Ben Kennedy catching back up to Brennan Poole, but that time it was Brennan Poole out in front of Ben Kennedy. A lead change on lap 2.
Great shot right here riding Daniel Suarez. You can see he wants to be able to run up and get into the back of that 11 car, give him a shot and push him hopefully in front of that 48.
There seems to be no clear advantage top or bottom early in this race.
100 voltas a corrida hoje, já temos 3 voltas e meia completadas.
Who's taken that lower line away from the 48 of Brennan Poole. He thinks that the lower line will be the preferred line, so he's jumped down in front of Brennan Poole as they're too wide enough against the wall a little bit further back.
For the time being, Rick, he stayed on the bottom, but as soon as he sees that outside lane coming,
um pouquinho mais rápido ali, a 2 milhas por hora mais rápido. Isso é bastante para quem está tão próximo do carro do outro. Consegue a vantagem. Quase livrando o carro de dentro. Vamos ver agora na reta oposta.
So organized, it looks like they're still under pace laps, even row by row by row.
Daniel Suarez, after winning the Xfinity Series Championship, the first international-born driver to win in NASCAR, the championship. Now a full-time racer in the Monster Energy Cup Series.
Cracker from North Carolina.
Daniel Suarez from Monterrey, Mexico, and he is right on the back bumper of that 11. Blake Cook,
I love
Ben Kennedy on the inside. That time by Cook has the advantage by 1/1000th of a second.
Nascar should go back there.
2 by 2, they continue around this track.
1.5 mile race
an hour,
on the chase at Vegas. It will be much better to have a chase race at Portuguese.
So Daniel Hemrick in that 21 car moved to the right real aggressively there. I'm not sure the 1 car didn't get into the back of him down the back straightaway and knock him to the right.
So it remains Blake Cook on the outside, Ben Kennedy on the inside. In front of the grandstands once again, side by
Vamos tentar ficar em português hoje. A tentação é grande, narrar, enfim. É uma das coisas que eu fiquei 10 anos querendo narrar e nunca fiz, é porque eu não sabia se eu fazia em português ou inglês. Vai um pouco os dois. Tanto faz. Isso até espanhol. Agora sim, só consegue livrar e desce para a linha de dentro.
Daniel Suarez has fallen back almost 2 car lengths. Suarez now running third, battling for third. With the 48 of Brennan Poole.
Ele ainda pegou o embalo da primeira da linha de fora, porque antes a linha de dentro estava dando a 188.
The great things about Daytona International Speedway is the eyes from up above. Let's listen into spotter communication for Brennan Poole.
É isso aí, é do Acre mesmo? Ou tá zoando? (18:48), parece corrida da Sprint Cup. O Soares e Brandon Poole. Carro do 18, tá? A equipe da Joe Gibbs costuma andar bem na xFinity. É um dos favoritos a ganhar hoje. Favorito, eu digo, tem 10% de chance.
That was spotter coverage presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance, helping drivers worry less if that's possible, as the caution has come out. And that is for precipitation.
Ameaça de chuva.
Rain. And Jeff, we were listening into that spotter coverage as these drivers were slowed down to a cautious pace, but hearing that spotter tell Brennan Poole all the way around where drivers were and who was helping.
And you also heard him as soon as Brennan poked out, we got clear and he poked out to the right side, thinking about making it too wide. Spotter's like, go to the bottom, we want to stay in line. You know, he was kind of helping Brennan a little bit, saying, okay, look, the bottom lane's the best. The top is not able to push, so go back to the bottom. Then you heard him say half front, half back. That meant there was a half of a lane, half of a car length rather, between the car in front of him as well as the car in the back.
And Jeff, that spotter you're listening to, Tyler Green, he also spot for Jamie McMurray and his family, obviously the Green family, been in this business a long time. Tyler, a former driver himself. One of the reasons he wanted to get Brennan Poole to the bottom, Brennan's a very young driver, but the man that he asked advice from this morning and this afternoon, Elliott Sadler, they kind of have a plan to work together, so we'll see if the 1 and that 48 eventually hook up.
And interesting, Elliott Sadler and Daniel Suarez started in the same row. Suarez has been able to work his way up to the front. We're under caution.
NASCAR on TSN is brought to you by the 2017 Toyota RAV4, filled with more great features than ever before.
Sometimes people are hard to see. That's why we created Pre-Collision System with Pedestrian Detection, part of Toyota's Safety Sense, standard on the 2017 Toyota RAV4. Stop the search. Smart Key System, standard on the 2017 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid.
Pinty's Pub and Grill sauces. Fresh flavors right out of the bottle. Now you can add your favorite Pinty's flavor to any dish. Make every night a Pinty's night. Pinty's, official partner of NASCAR in Canada.
Subway's triple cheese panini. Triple layers of indulgent cheesiness, piled on crisp ciabatta with fresh spinach, tomatoes, and onions, all grilled to a melty golden brown that'll satisfy your comfort cravings. Paninis have arrived at Subway.
At MIS, it's about friends, fireworks, family, and flyovers. Enjoy camping and good times at the fastest track in NASCAR. This is Michigan International Speedway. One great weekend, 2 great races, a lifetime of memories. Tickets start at $35 for the Pure Michigan 400 on August 13th. Kids 12 and under start at just $15, free Friday and Saturday. Thompson Square and Low Cash concert free Saturday night. Visit mispeedway.com or call 800-354-1010 today.
Gonna build a mountain, gonna build it high. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, only know I'm gonna try. Gonna build a daydream from a little hope. Gonna push that daydream up a mountain slope. Gonna build a daydream, gonna see it through. Gonna build a mountain and a daydream, gonna make them both come true.
Catch all the action of NASCAR on NBC with the NBC Sports app. Get closer with alternate camera angles, driver stats, and track information. NBC Sports app. For an update on the 18 team, let's go to Dave Burns.
Well, Daniel Suarez may be the first foreign-born driver to win in one of NASCAR's top 3 national series, become champion, that is. But he's very aware of the NASCAR Salutes initiative to honor our armed forces during this 4th of July weekend. Before the race, he was able to get by his race car, realizing that the 101st Airborne is once again celebrated on top of that race car and the deck lid. And then the 101st Airborne brought 2 serving soldiers from their unit, one on the left in 1942 garb and one on the right in current day uniform, to celebrate 75 years serving our country. A great reminder to Daniel and all of us of the service our men and women do each day throughout the year. And of course, NASCAR salutes.
You see Fort Campbell on the windshield for Daniel Suarez. You're watching the Coca-Cola Firecracker 250 at Daytona International Speedway.
Sometimes people are hard to see. That's why we created pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, part of Toyota's Safety Sense, standard on the 2017 Toyota RAV4.
Okay, let me show the standings and the positions right now.
Stop the search. Smart key system, standard on the 2017 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid.
Pinty's Pub and Grill sauces. Fresh flavors right out of the bottle. Now you can add your favorite Pinty's flavor to any dish. Make every night a Pinty's night. Pinty's, official partner of NASCAR in Canada.
Deixa eu diminuir o volume aqui. E também no Qualify tinha Brennan Poole largando em primeiro, Kennedy em segundo, William Byron terceiro, Laycock quarto, Daniel Hamlin quinto, Latifi o sexto. Os que estavam brigando pelo título, o Elliott Sadler largando em sétimo lugar e o Justin Allgaier aparece aqui em 25º, mas parece que teve largado do fundão, então foi para 40º lugar. No momento, o Sadler está em 7º lugar e o Allgaier em 18º. Isso tudo só para brigar pelos standings até antes do playoff, né? Depois vai ter outra diferença. No momento, se a corrida acabasse nesse momento, o Sadler ia continuar liderando com 36 pontos de vantagem sobre o Justin Allgaier. William Byron em terceiro com 74 pontos atrás. Daí o Daniel Hamlin 144. Realmente o Sadler e o Allgaier aqui estão numa temporada muito boa, muito regular comparado com os outros pilotos. Tivemos também no treino livre Jeff Burton liderou, melhor tempo 47.315, isso com certeza um vácuo, né? É outra história. Tanto é o Qualify foi 49.194, então com certeza foi no vácuo. E treino livre 2, Ray Black Jr. liderou, 49.411. Ok, de volta com a NASCAR.
Canada's fastest ranked and largest mobile network.
Bandeira vermelha.
Because of the rain, the cars are being brought onto pit road. They'll be stopped there, and the race will be red flagged, so that they won't continue to lose opportunities as far as laps that they can be racing in this first stage. While we have a little break, let's go to our Toyota Camry on-track car, and next to it is a 4-time Olympic medalist and one of only 4 men ever to win individual medals in the Olympics. He joins the likes of Usain Bolt, Carl Lewis, Frankie Fredericks. It is our own Otto Bolden who has joined the NASCAR on NBC Group. Otto?
Hey guys, well first of all, I predicted this rain. I'm from the Caribbean, I know when it's going to rain, so I predicted. But here's the thing. Other sports use different sports to make examples. I coach some of the fastest young women in the world. Sometimes I show them some in-dash cameras to show them how little input the drivers have. So when I became a professional sprinter, my coach used to use race cars all the time as an example. He used to say, look, if you have a bad race, there's a reason why this is so much bigger than this, the rear view mirror. So I spent all this time here this week, and the more drivers I spent time talking to, the more I realized that drivers spend more time looking in the rearview mirror, some of them said 70% of the time, than this one. So I feel like I've been lied to my entire life. Jeff Burton, please give me some clarification. Big or the small mirror? Which one should I be looking in?
Well, Otto, you've not been lied to your whole life, but racing here at Daytona Talladega is completely different than everywhere else. To win this race, you have to pay attention to what's behind you, the runs that are coming from behind you. You have to block. You have to put yourself in position to be where you need to be to win this race, and that starts by looking in the mirrors. You let your spotter help you out the front, but if you're going to make a move quick enough to block a run that's going to take that win away from you, you have to be paying attention to it, and the only way you can do that is in the rearview mirror. So, Otto, it's still about looking. You're still looking for that win, but you do it by looking back.
Well, that was news to me this week. Thanks for the clarification.
And Otto definitely is a sprinter. Don't ever look back. Always look forward.
Well, but, you know, to Otto's point, there will be a point. We saw Kurt Busch win the Daytona 500 without a mirror. The mirror was broken off, falling down in the car. We heard the spotter coverage earlier. A great spotter will paint a picture. The driver won't have to look in the mirror as much because the picture is painted. They should see literally what's back there just from the words that they're hearing. And that's why those men and women on the roof that deal with these drivers, you don't see a lot of movement. When a driver and a crew chief, a driver and a spotter find success, whatever that tempo is, whether it's the words they use or the information they use, they tend to stick together even when they change from team to team.
But Steve, hadn't it been fun to have Otto here, somebody that doesn't really know our sport that much? He's here to learn, here to be a fan, just like some fans at home that don't have the opportunity to come and ask these questions. And being able to answer these questions for Otto for this year, that's going to be a lot of fun. And it's always cool to have an athlete from another sport come and join us.
Yes.
I'm just glad to hear these drivers are being honest with him, right?
Absolutely.
And if he can predict the weather, we got a job for him.
Red flag has been displayed. The drivers actually out of their cars. We'll wait out the rain in Daytona.
Happy birthday, Canada! Happy...
Ok, just a moment. Vou aproveitar aqui para mostrar uma outra cena. Cena 4, tira, remove, adiciona screen capture. Aqui nós temos onde é que está Daytona. Dá para ver aqui no mapa, Daytona. E essa é a previsão aqui. Como é que vai ser nas próximas horas, for the next 2 days, but the first 5 seconds, the next 2 hours. Ó, aparece um monte aqui de chuva, logo no comecinho. A lot of moisture, a lot of rain, and then it out vanishes for the early morning hours. And tomorrow we also have some rain, maybe during the Nascar race. And this is Sunday already. Never mind. But at the start we will have some rain here. So this could be a long break for 4 hours, maybe. Who knows? This is not the past radar, is trying to predict the future weather. This time is Central Eastern. It's on, I think, Europe. Anyway, let's go back here.
12 and under start at $15. Visit mispeedway.com or call 800-354-1010 today.
Subway's triple cheese panini. Triple layers of indulgent cheesiness. Piled on crisp ciabatta with fresh spinach, tomatoes, and onions. All grilled to a melty golden brown that'll satisfy your comfort cravings. Paninis have arrived at Subway.
Captain Morgan presents Seize the Summer Like a Captain.